Good morning from Arches National Park. Will Travel here. Today we are going to check out this park in its entirety, hopefully, and see all the different arches, big and small, whole lot of stuff here. But first, we are at Balanced Rock, which is our first stop, and there it is, right behind me. We're going to go get a little bit closer. Alright, here's a closer look. Pretty big. Eventually it's going to topple. Apparently, there used to be a smaller balanced rock on top of this, but it came down in 1975. So this might come down any day now, who knows. Pretty cool though. It's really cold right here because this rock behind me is blocking out the sun. Whew. Should have brought my hat. So now we've moved on to our second section, which is called the Windows. This is one of the more popular, more famous sections. And it's a short 1 mile trail round trip. And we should get some good views of the arches like this one over here. All right, here's a closer look at the first big window. Wow, very cool. And you're able to get right underneath it. Wow. And here is the south window. This one's a little higher up. I guess you probably could climb up to it, but it would be a little bit more challenging. Pretty cool. And next, I think we're gonna head over here, and there's an arch over there called Turret Arch, so we'll go take a look at that. Right here is Turret Arch. It's got a smaller arch there to the left, or more of a hole, I guess. Pretty neat. Looks like you can climb up this one. So now we're headed back to the parking lot on the primitive trail, but the cool thing about this is you can actually see both windows right next to each other. They almost look like eyes here from this side, so that's pretty neat. Wow. Now we're going to check out Double Arch, which is in the same general area as the windows in Turret Arch. So I think it's right over there. You can see it. So we'll go see what's up over here. Right at the base of Double Arch here. I actually read that it's the third biggest arch in the whole park. So that's pretty neat. Nice view from up here. We've climbed into the arch a little bit. So we've gone up the road a little bit, and we're at the Delicate Arch viewpoint. And Delicate Arch is that most famous arch that you see on all the pictures. And it should be right up here. There's two viewpoints. There's a lower and an upper. And the upper one is like half a mile, and I think the lower one is just right next to the parking lot. So we'll see it in a second. There it is, way up there. There's a lot of people up there. We're gonna hike up there next after this. So that'll be our next stop. And here's the view from the upper viewpoint. Yep. Pretty cool. All right, so now we're on the trail that leads up to the Delicate Arch. So we'll get a very close view. This is a 1.5 mile trail each way. So 3 miles total. But it'll be able to take us right up to the arch. So that should be pretty interesting. Very slippery and steep here. Yeah. Wouldn't want to fall off the edge. Here it is, the famous Delicate Arch. Lots of snow. Definitely really cool to be able to get this close to it. It's literally right there. We got some pictures inside, so that's awesome. Wow. Alright, so that's our day at Arches. We're back at the campground now. We made some pasta and chicken with pesto, great camp food. Tomorrow we're headed to Canyonlands, which is the much larger park here in Moab. But we're going to go to the section of it that's most visited, the section that's most accessible, because a lot of the sections you need like a really good off-road vehicle, and I don't know if this vehicle is really that. I know it can handle off-road, but I don't know if it's ready for that kind of thing. I think they want more of an ATV or Jeep. But anyways, should be really interesting, but first we gotta get some sleep. See you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. We are here at Canyonlands National Park. We are at our first stop of the day, which is the Mesa Arch Trail, a short trail that'll take us to an arch. So similar to all the stuff we saw yesterday, but hopefully it'll be pretty interesting. Already there's some great views up here though. So let's go. All right, so we've arrived at the Mesa Arch. It's a lot smaller than it looked in the pictures, but the cool thing about this is if you go up to the edge, there's a beautiful view of the canyon right through the arch that I'll show you right now. So if you come up here to the edge and look over, right through the arch is this huge canyon. It's definitely several hundred feet straight down right here, so this is a little bit scary, but wow, great views through this arch. Better look at it over here too. Here's the top of the arch. Not going to go up there because it looks icy, but definitely some great sights, great views. Alright, so that was Mesa Arch. Now we're going to move on to our next destination. I forget what that is, so I gotta look at the map. So we've gone up the road a little bit to our next spot, and this is called Grand Viewpoint 300-foot overlook. Wait, no. That's how far away it is. It's 300 feet. Alright, let's check it out. So here's the overlook. It's a long way down. There's almost like little hoodoos down there like we saw in Bryce Canyon. Pretty far down there. It looks like there's a lower level to this canyon as well. So there's actually a trail that goes along the edge here, so we're gonna walk that and see how far that takes us, but the views along the way are magnificent. Now we're going to take a look at another overlook called Buck Canyon Overlook, which was just a little bit up the road from the one we were just at. So let's go see it. Another great view here. So those mountains way off in the distance are on the border with Colorado. And the sign says they're 35 miles away. So this is definitely a big canyon in the meantime. It's probably 15 miles across. And another overlook. So the canyon floor is definitely covered with snow, which is really cool at this time of year. Sun's shining right on it right now. Alright, so our next stop is called Upheaval Dome, and this is a strange geologic feature that's this big crater here. And there's two overlooks, so we're going to hike to both of them. So here we are at the first overlook of Upheaval Dome. It's down there. So the most recent theory is that this was actually a meteorite that struck here that created this crater. So that's really interesting. But it's certainly windy and very chilly up here. And slippery. I'm not going to go any further. Woo. So we got to get up there. Alright. Alright, now we're up at the top of the second viewpoint. It's interesting because it's got these sharp ridges here, but it's kind of a different color, which is neat. Good panoramic views up here too. You can see more canyons out that way from this side as well. Wow. I would feel pretty good about this in the summer. Well, And that is a wrap on our day at Canyonlands. We are back at the campground here in Moab. Tomorrow we will be heading out and we will be going to Glenwood Springs, Colorado, but that will be in our next video. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.